Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Curse of the Brine Witch, an actual play on Triple J Gaming. End up be 5 new players entering the port city of Freeport to see if they can figure out the curse that is going on there. Unfortunately, one of our players is running a little behind, so we took a vote before the stream, and we have opted to wait for this player. So right now we're just going to be checking over our characters and making sure everything is in tip-top shape and ready to play, and all of our calculations are correct. While we wait for them, would you guys like to introduce your characters first? We'll go from, well, yourself and your characters. We can go from left to right across the top of the screen if you're looking. So that would leave David, who is playing Fier, first.
Hello, my name is Fier Ball. I don't know much about my life before learning the ways of the wizard. I was actually willing to trade 20 years of my life to willfully learn it. I blacked out after my teacher cast a spell and I awoke 20 years later. Now I'm about 15 years after I started my wizard training with my teacher. I started working at a magic shop creating items, which I was content with, but it's got me wanting a little bit more because the spell cast on me not only erased 20 years from my memory that I lost that he took, but also everything that has happened before then. I left my job to go to the city to try and find something else more.
Very nice, thank you. And next we will have Joe, who is playing William Roberts.
Hey everyone, my name's Joe. I've been gaming off and on with Jason and Josh for the better part of a decade and a half, I think. My character, William Roberts, was an orphan boy born in the city who stored away on a random ship one day. He was allowed to stay on as a cabin boy, and he grew up privateering along the coastline. Freeport was the ship's home port, although very little time was spent beyond the docks for him. He recently fell out of favor with his crew and captain for lackluster performance and making questionable decisions with a young female family member of the captain's family. Anticipating being left behind, he snatched up a random map off of his captain's desk and made his way into Freeport to make his fortune.
Awesome. Maybe one day we will figure out that map. Next is going to be Velcro, played by Jerry.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jerry. I will be playing Velcro, your half-elf ninja. Velcro is a young, but not too young half-elf that has grown up in a small fishing village. His father was a defender of the village in his young age and soon fell in love with aquatic elf. Soon after his birth, his mother disappeared, leaving behind only a beautifully crafted small spear with intricate carvings of the sea. The only things known about his mother are teachings and stories that his father has told him about her and her martial arts prowess. His father has taken in cozy retirement as a fisherman, and now Velcro takes his father's goods into Freeport for trade. Velcro has a bad habit of getting into sticky situations due to his willingness to overcome the challenge at hand, even if he knows better. Spending his leisure times in the city port, he meets a halfling by the name of Luke Skyrunner that shared a common trait for getting into trouble.
All right, and finally, until we have our fifth that shows up, we have Josh. Someone I'm sure you've probably seen stream on this channel already if you were watching. And he is playing Luke Skyrunner.
Hello everybody, my name is Josh. I am playing Luke Skyrunner. He is about a medium-aged halfling, about 3 feet tall, 30 pounds. Gotta wait a minute. Oh, damn it. He's from a small town outside of Freeport, probably about 2 days ride. Small town called Atrill. It's a farming community where his family has pretty much born, raised from, been there his whole life. They're known for making the best bananas and oranges in the land. And he's been known for coming in and out of Freeport every now and then with his family, selling his fruits and other wares that they have. And while he's in town, he likes to cause a little trouble. He likes to pick a few pockets, make a few bets, swindle a few people, which pea, where's the coconut, things like that. Just weird random things, whichever you can do to make money. Well, he finally decided to steal from the wrong person, and he got locked up for a little bit. Let's say he was probably locked up for maybe a month or two. And then when he got out, his parents pretty much told him that it's time for him to figure out who he wants to be in his life. He needs to take care of his debts, take care of his name, clear up his name because he's given his family a bad name before he can even come back to town. So here I am in Freeport, hanging out with good friends that I met, ready to go cause some mischief. Maybe start an adventure. I've heard there's this witch thing going on around us. I don't know.
Yeah, you probably all would have heard at least a little bit about the Brine Witch. She's a local fairy tale, actually. But that was quite a while ago. So, give you a little bit of backstory that would be fairly public knowledge in Freeport. So, basically, anyone that would be able to pass like a DC 5 to 10 knowledge local check after a couple of checks would be able to figure this out. Something terrible has been happening in Freeport. For weeks, a supernatural plague of curses has ravaged the eastern part of the city, which would be the part of the city closest to the docks. Folk from every eastern district are suffering mysterious weaknesses, losing their minds, taking their own lives, falling sick with incurable diseases, or simply just vanishing. Rumors of monsters and black magic swirl throughout the city, and many believe it is the return of the Brine Witch, a powerful and vicious sea hag who preyed upon the city during the Freeport-Mazin War. You also would have at least a little passing with the Freeport-Mazin War that would have happened quite a few decades ago, pretty much before any of your guys' time, minus maybe Fier. But since he would have been still in his own village at the time, that they would not have concerned themselves with the Freeport-Mazin War. And that was mostly a trade war, and there were some pretty open conflicts between another city, obviously called Mazinin, on the coasts. These two cities are major rivals for shipping industry. Just about anything that two cities can actually produce and be rivals for, these two will go at it. But during that war is where a lot of the power structure currently settled in the city comes from. Even though the war was quite some time ago, its effects are still felt. And the power structures set up at that time are still in place, even if different people are part of those power structures now. Um, to give the viewer a little more backstory about the world. The world we'll be playing in is mostly based off kind of a homebrew. To be honest, I do not actually have a name for the planet yet, so it will just be known as the world for right now. It is roughly 7/8 composed of water, and just about everything in the world relies upon shipping of some nature or another. There's very little, even inland, that happens without, in some way, being connected to the vast oceans. Um, and with that, that really kind of brings us up to a little bit of the start of the session. Like I mentioned earlier, we're still actually waiting on a fifth player that had a family emergency to join, so kind of want to be respectful of that, not make him miss out because of an emergency. One thing I guess we can do is go over what kind of brings you, because the start of the campaign is going to have you guys basically just walking through the city together. So some of these people have experience with each other, so my guessing is that Velcro and Luke Skywalker set up sorry, Sky, right, that's going to get taken down.
Nice. I was trying to get through this entire thing.
Well, it's real close to trademark. I may mispronounce once or twice.
Okay, I'll give you that. That's my fault.
Um, that war, by the way, happened like some 80 to 90 years ago.
Good to know.
We might be possibly getting our fifth person here.
Yeah, there's Jeff right there.
Good evening, all. Sorry for showing up late. Had a family crazy emergency I had to run and take care of real quick, but I'm here now.
Oh, no problem. We're just kind of going over a little bit of the world, and everybody else has already kind of went through their characters. So if you want to go ahead, this is Jeff. He will be playing Raz. And Jeff, why don't you tell us a little about yourself and Raz?
All right, my name's Jeff Ford. I've been playing D&D for a long, long time. So a little bit about Raz. Raz Rumple has grown up on the outskirts of the city. His mother and father are prominent merchants, but they like to keep a low profile, and we keep a house about 10 miles outside of the city. Uh, Raz always grew up with a little strange twitch and bit difference about himself. It seems that his love of storms had cost him almost his life one night when he was chasing one on a boat out in the harbor. But a strange voice whispered to him that he could find a way to control the storms if he would only listen. After Raz was washed back ashore, he listened to the voices, and it brought him to a strange ship that was buried inland, rotted, ancient with age. Inside, he found a strange book speaking of the lost way of the whisperer of the storms. Ever since then, he has been going around the area preaching about the storms and how they can be seen and saved and used. Most people turn a crazy eye to him, saying that storms bring nothing but trouble. And with that, he says with a smile and a helpful hand when he can, may the storms wash over you.
All right, and with that, we bring ourselves to the city. Velcro has a day off, so him and him and William have decided to go hook up with Velcro's friend Luke. Luke has just come to the city with Raz, and they met Fier on the road and quickly befriended him because Luke has a little bit of a silver tongue for making friends that seem to have money on them that could buy him a drink. And currently they find themselves in the marketplace of fools, which doesn't necessarily mean they're fools. It's just the name of the marketplace.
Now, Luke, you said you were going to get that wire I needed for my dad to finish up his jewelry order this month. Are you going to come forward on it or what? I bet you a copper you don't find it at the end of the
I'll take that bet.
Ooh, I'll take that.
I'll bet you 5 copper that I'll find one for 3 of you.
bet.
3 pieces of copper. Yeah, 3 pieces of copper.
Is that Velcro down the way? Yeah, how, Velcro? How are you? As I take another drink of ale.
Oh, doing good.
Of
I
course
could
you
use
are.
one of those. Bartender, one ale.
All All right. It's a frantic day in the Fool's Market where acolytes of obscure gods, which you're probably one of them, peddle their faith in wares. The sun is hot, the air is humid with the promise of coming storms. And every man jack from the east side of town looks to be here. From what you can make out from the constant noise, there's a common theme to the most urgent buying requests. Most people want some kind of protection from curses or salvation from curses already plaguing them. Jeff, you kind of already, or Raz, you kind of already missed it, but you would have overheard of curses plaguing the east side of the city upon arriving at the city today.
Should be able to
Um,
open the nut.
People press around you as you make your way, but they give you space thanks to your weapons, armor, and the air of danger that most adventurers tend to just carry about them. They give it
Sorry guys, had a bit of a sound malfunction. I'm working on that right now. I'm trying to. Settings.
What seems to be ailing him? As I tried to catch him to the best of my ability.
Got it.
Being from around this area, I have a natural disposition not to trust many folks, so as I'm catching him, I'm going to sense if he has ill intentions towards me.
I just shared a picture of what the man who bumped into you looks like. He'll be the weird-looking one on the right-hand side. And as he does run into you and you start to say something to him, the man stops dead. His eyes roll back and he shakes and trembles. He would collapse if he wasn't being held up by you, as you mentioned. "The fighting eye!" he yells, and everyone around turns to witness his outburst. "The crow's red claw! The black blood of the poisoned earth! The innocent are taken and the wicked rejoice in pain! Too many missing and not enough dead! You must confront her and end the curse, lest all is lost! Blood fangs and unseen horns, witchcraft damnation, terrible sorcery, floating heads, the biting eye. No, it sees me!" Yelling that, he seems to go into a slight seizure onto the ground.
All right.
Another crazy.
Crazy's all in which way you take it, Velcro. We'll check to see if I can help him through his seizure.
Alright, you do what you can for him. I mean, I wouldn't say this is a true seizure. You can tell this is almost magically induced. Not like somebody cast a spell on him, but something that it seems like he's been through before. The crowd kind of parts like it's something they may have seen before, too. He comes out of his seizure, and if you want, you're able to kind of talk with him if you want, but give me a perception check, everybody.
My bad, the first. Oh,
No, that was mine. Ooh, nice.
very nice.
Alright, Luke, Raz, and Fier. You would notice that the crowd is kind of starting to... They're not really paying a lot of attention to him. They seem to be paying a lot more attention to you guys, especially Raz.
What is with these guys? They act like they've never seen a spiritual awakening or a crazy lucid dream.
Sense motive on a group of them, I guess.
The group seems pretty enamored with you. Like, interacting with this beggar and getting a prophecy from him might be kind of an out of the ordinary thing for them.
Like, are we talking good or bad? Like, they're looking at us like, oh man, we better help these people, or oh man, we better get these people.
Actually, it's much more of a positive thing. In fact, while you're trying to figure it out, one scared sailor seems to come up to Raz and looks directly at him. And he says, "My son is consumed by boils. What can you know about it? What can you do?"
Your son has been touched by the plague.
As you start to answer him, another grimy farmer comes up. Says, "Rats keep devouring my potatoes. Who can I pray for? What can I do? What can
The storm is washing over us, Jeff.
As you try to explain,
Very
nice and calm,
quick getting this happen.
you are cut off
For some
again.
reason, I feel like I've been chosen.
A young child comes up and tells you, "My hands won't stop bleeding. What can I do?"
Get away from the plague
Roll
people.
perception checks again.
Oh, fuck off. Ha, they didn't hear that.
You notice this crowd is really not respecting your social distance. They are now crowding you, and it seems like the longer that you're going to try and talk to these people, more people are going to approach you and interrupt you and talk to you.
Alright, let's get our way out of
William
town
has got to
somewhere.
position himself between the crowd and Raz as best he can, and he's going to lean down to Raz and say, "I think we might want to move out of here before we get trampled."
Agreed, gentlemen. Let's go. We got to back out of here.
Okay. The crowd doesn't move too much. Are you gonna, not necessarily with like force, like you don't need to pull a sword, but are you gonna kind of like muscle your way a little bit through the crowd?
And just kind of slowly push people aside. All right, people, one miracle a day. Please, come on.
Okay, that's fine. You're able to get through everything all right. It takes maybe a few streets down, but people finally get the hint and stop following you. And as you move in the crowd, as you keep moving down the street, it's just the crowd that was around you before. It's too big to basically make its way through the rest of the crowd that didn't necessarily see what was going on. And you guys successfully get away from the weird crowd that seems to be asking you to work miracles for them. And you are now free to pursue to whatever local tavern that you planned on drinking at.
Are there
I was
any...
going to ask, do we want to take this over to the tavern? All these people are making me feel crowded.
Agreed. That was very strange. I could not see a pattern in that. There was no signs of the storm. I'm perplexed. Yes.
Like right now, we're in a market as we're moving
Yes,
through.
right now you're kind of on the outskirts of the market right this moment. You were kind of in the middle of the market when the crowd was gathering around you, but the closer you move to the edge and the narrower some of the streets get, the harder it is for the crowd to keep up with you, and you're able to lose most of them. There
I
might be
want
a
to
few
look for the
stragglers that were
jewelry
trying to
store
find you.
as we're walking through.
I just want to find the closest tavern that I might possibly know of and just start dragging everybody over there.
All right, do you want to do that like with a certain group of you, or are you guys willing to go with Luke and find a jewelry shop?
Well, I was doing this as we're moving through. Like people are focused on them, and I'm gonna move through the people and try and steal some copper from these jewelry shops on our way to the tavern.
Oh no, they're totally asking you to. You were with the halfling. Like as much attention is on you as almost as on him. Not quite as much because he was touched by the beggar,
I am the half.
but sorry, the gnome.
Can I
But
stealth into the crowd?
not really. Not until you start getting out of the marketplace and you already start losing the crowd, because anybody that was there that saw you guys originally saw your whole party together, and they are really paying attention to all of you.
All right. Well,
Luke,
I'm just gonna go to the tavern then.
Yeah, you
so
are
yeah,
guys.
so yeah, leave
Unfortunately,
the tavern.
unfortunately, you guys were unwillingly made this a very center of attention. So it would be very hard to just disappear right now because people are really looking at you.
Yeah, I don't like this at all.
I don't mind.
William's
mind
living
being
it up, sipping on some alcohol and just saying hi to everyone and not really seeming to bother the attention. But he's mostly sticking to the back and making sure no one's directly following the group too close.
All right, give me some perception checks. Give me like 3 of them. At first, it was a little hard to tell because of how crowded the city was. There was just so many people in the marketplace. But the farther you get and the more dispersed the crowd gets towards the edge of the marketplace, you start noticing that, yeah, people have stopped following you, or at least anyone that you can really tell has stopped following you or gotten kind of stuck in the mass of people that are in the marketplace. And as you exit the marketplace to kind of go find a tavern, you don't notice anybody following you anymore from the marketplace. Don't look like anybody's following you into the bar.
I convey what I've been seeing to the rest of the party.
All right. So you guys successfully make it into a tavern and order a round of drinks.
Did you guys see that? That was insane. I mean, he was talking about things I don't know too much about. Now that I've had a moment, DM, I would like to roll a knowledge religion check on what some of the things he said, see if anything triggers any memories.
All right. Give me a knowledge history check as well, please. Even if you don't have any ranks in it.
What about knowledge
Kinda
local?
average. Knowledge local would work too, actually.
Don't tell me, Raz, you're actually thinking too hard on this. It's just another crazy that's walking around the city. We see them all the time.
I thought for sure the seizure was brought on by a drug overdose or malnutrition, but when I bent down and to check him, his body was racked with more than just spasms of the mind. There seemed to be an aura about him. It was very strange.
All right. Thinking back more and more on what he said, there are things about what he said that pertain to the current day. The innocent are taken, the wicked rejoice in the pain. That could definitely just be that innocent people have gone missing the last couple of weeks, and nobody seems to have any idea where they went. They don't seem too many missing, not enough dead. They don't really seem to be winding up dead. So even though they're missing, there's no like random dead bodies showing up. You must confront her and end the curse. There are, and the unseen horns, witchcraft, damnation. There are some that believe that what is happening is a curse from a creature known as the Brine Witch. The Brine Witch was a sea hag that, close to a century ago, preyed upon the city, especially the eastern part of the city and the poorer parts of the city, during the Freeport-Mazin War.
I look back to my companions as we're drinking. I would order some food. And I think this is something we need to look into. Maybe if we head to a house of knowledge, we can learn more of this sea hag. I think there's more to this, gentleman. And plus, you've seen the little boy in the streets.
Oh, come on, Raz, it's my day off.
might be gold involved.
This could be an opportunity to help clear my name.
William,
Well,
you
the
might
way
be
I
able to
hear
clear
it,
some.
we have money, we have adventure. Apparently, there's some people that really need help. At the end of the day, seems like something we should do.
How exciting! My first adventure. Fire.
All
I'm
right.
Oh.
You
cool with,
seem to have.
I was just gonna say I'm cool with just about anything. I've just been really bored the last couple months.
I have one. I mean, it would be. I wouldn't be opposed to seeing a sea hag. I guess could be fun.
Billy Bob looks over to Velcro and says, "Hey man, you might get to stab someone."
Velcro just doesn't enjoy stabbing people, I've heard.
Well, only if it requires. Agreed.
All right. As you guys are discussing the day's events and having a drink and conversation, a small voice pipes up from nearby. Excuse me, kind sirs and ladies. Well, I guess there's no ladies here, huh? Excuse me, kind sirs, but could I trouble you?
Kind of look around. What are we dealing with?
When you look to see who you're dealing with, there's a little girl that can't be more than 7 or 8 years old. Her face is dirty and her clothes are ragged, but her face is lit and warm. She has a slightly desperate smile. You are the heroes who visited the Fool's Market, yes? Please, kind folk, little Nell, pointing to herself, has a message for you. There's a pretty lady in Scurvy Town who would have words with you. There's gold, in truth, real gold in it for you. Oh, please heed me. The lady will give me a medal and a safe bed for the night if you come with me.
I kind of want to see what this pretty lady's about.
Well, I mean, it beats searching around the city for a freaking legend.
Do not. Knowledge can be found in lore. But it's true, I do not know much of Scurvy Town. Velcro. Luke, you visit there often. Do you know of this woman that she speaks of?
I don't know. Let me check with my memory.
Knowledge local.
Almost.
Velcro seems to know of the area, but the name doesn't seem to really ring a bell. Like he might have heard it, but he's not. He's heard the name before, but he doesn't really know how to place it.
The name's been tossed around. I can't remember in what type of context, but I might have heard it at a local tavern or something here and there.
Then what say you, gentlemen? Shall we be off and get little Nell a bed to sleep for the evening and a hot meal?
I'm down.
William tosses a gold coin to the girl and says, I'm down for an adventure. Let's go, boys."
Thank you, kind sir. All right.
We go.
As you finish your drinks and follow little Nell, she leads you to a street called Dreaming Street. As you walk through the stinking alleyways of Scurvy Town, folk glare at you from boarded windows or wave superstitious fetishes. the air to ward off the cursed plague. Meanwhile, Nell seems to be unbothered by this and happily sings the Brine Witch rhyme to pass the time while climbing over drunks passed out in the mud.
Wait.
Just out of my own curiosity, how does that go? Oh, and it's right on my screen. Thank you.
Bones for the Brine Witch, morsels for her plate. She cracks them on her jagged teeth and gobbles up your fate. Tears for the Brine Witch, liquor for her cup. She drinks them down like salty wine. A sadness she will sup. Screams for the Brine Witch, music for her ears. She frolics at your dying note and glances at your fears. Blood for the Brine Witch, horror is her joy. She loves to see the final end of every girl and boy. Bones and tears and screams and blood, and you are it. And she seems to like jump in the puddle or find a puddle to jump in every time she says you are it. Yeah, go for it. I mean, she's a little disturbed, I guess, but what exactly are you trying to sense motive? She doesn't seem to mean you any harm, if that's like what you're trying to get at. You haven't gotten that out of her at all.
Okay, that was my thing. Like, was she trying to lead us to? Was she leading us to a trap? I just wanted to make sure that she seemed.
How public is this rhyme? Would we know it?
Did any of you actually grow up in Freeport?
Not I.
Like, from children?
I think I might be the only one, but I spent very little time past the docks.
I would almost say a no for that.
I would say probably not. You guys wouldn't really be familiar with it. Other than treating her like a street urchin, nobody else is really paying the rhyme any attention that she seems to pass. And as far as leading you to a trap, I mean, you don't get that feeling out of her. Like I said, she doesn't seem like she's meaning you any harm, whether herself or leading you to harm. She seems like she's leading you where she was told.
Yeah, I believe and trust the little girl, and then, but I'll obviously be on guard as we move through to where she's leading us.
Yeah, for sure, 100%.
Billy Bob's going to do the same thing when we were leaving the Fool's Market and just kind of trail behind everyone else and just keep look for anyone trying to tail us.
I do the same.
Okay, like I said, Nell takes you through the street singing her little song. And where you end up at the end of one of the streets is a place called the Torchlight Academy, which appears to be a respectable and well-to-do establishment. Can I get either knowledge, engineering, or local checks, or appraise or perception checks? Pick one.
Oh, nice. Nice.
The establishment, to most of you, it looks just like a fine, nice place to go in and grab a drink. To Fier and William, you will notice that even though at first glance it appears to be very well-to-do and respectable, you can tell the facade is pretty patchwork. The paint is peeling, the velvet seems to be tattered, and the outfits worn by the academy students are torn and stained. This is a brothel and not necessarily an upmarket one.
Ah.
Nell takes you through the academy to the back offices to meet the brothel's owner. When you come in and when she enters the office, you will notice a lady standing there. A handsome woman who is lightly shop-worn clothing is very good quality, and you can do a check on that quality too, but I'll tell you this, it is not patchwork. It is actually a very nice quality. Similar, her offices are a cut above the academy's front rooms. She gestures for you to sit in some overstuffed chairs and sits behind a desk. Nell walks in and climbs onto a stool beside her, and it's almost like appears like a little facade drops off of Nell.
She was totally disguised with a spell.
Not really a magical facade. She just kind of stops talking in a little girl voice. Now she talks not as much like a little girl, but still like a girl who happens to be little. Okay, here's the deal.
Like a halfling or an elf?
Half-like.
Okay, here's the deal, Nell says, and her words are no longer sweet and childlike. Lady Jane here heard about your business in the Fool's Market. If you cutters are really the ones who can do something about the plague of curses, then she's willing to hand over some serious coin to encourage you to do the deed. These curses are the real deal, and something's got to be done, you know?
I agree wholeheartedly that something needs to be done. Now let's talk about how this whole lot of coin is also going to help us, and any leads you have.
Yeah, how much coin are we talking?
She will give you each 100 gold each, with 25 up front for, costs and greasing the palms.
That's a pretty hefty sum there, guys. That's kind of nice. That's more gold than I've ever seen in my life, and it took me a long time to save up what I've got.
Yeah, I'm totally cool with it. That can buy me a lot of books.
It would help out a bit.
All right, you guys agree to do anything? Do you have any questions for Lady Jane?
Yes, does she have any leads that we can pull and venture onto? It's like
She'll tell you that.
people. Good.
What she can tell you is mostly her reasoning for wanting this done. She doesn't really have a lot of leads, but the reason she wants this done is that she was
Her
cursed a
business
few
is
days
hurting.
back. Well, she was
Oh,
cursed a few days back. And by the way, Lady Jane is not answering you. Nell is telling you everything. Lady Jane just happens to be kind of sitting there and nodding as Nell is telling you all this.
The curse is
What
taking
she-
your voice.
She looks at you and nods in surprise, but gives an aforemention. And Nell answers you, not all of her voice. Let's just say you don't want her to talk.
I will believe you.
She feels that people is being targeted because When she realized she had a curse, she immediately went and paid a cleric to restore her to normal. And then she was cursed again last night, this time with a horrifically altered voice. At which point, she realized someone or something was deliberately targeting her. She sent her cronies and employees to learn some more. You see Jane kind of like gives her a weird look at the mention of calling her employees cronies. About the plague curse, and they told her about the events that happened to use in the Fool's Market. What can you tell us about that?
The Whisper of Storms has whispered to me and has brought us here to help with this, as I look gazingly off into the distance.
That's nice. What can you Anybody tell us else
I
about that?
think we just look like the most naive people there.
The Whisper of Storms.
Let me
Well,
ask you then, if we are, what do you have for us?
She's got
The
gold
gold?
for us, man. Stop day drinking all the time. I'm just kidding. Hand me that flask.
Hand him the flask.
I look to everyone and say, well, what do you guys think? What questions do we have for her? Obviously, I think the main one is who is her biggest enemies and why maybe this might be happening to her.
Maybe it's the
she
church.
she really doesn't have an idea of who would be targeting her. She really hasn't made any enemies lately.
Who's your biggest competition?
In the middle of this place? Nobody else is really running an academy for kids.
So,
or other halflings. They can suggest to you in the middle of talk to find out this place, find anybody that might have been witnesses. Nobody else is really running an academy for kids. Some of the victims that were known, and she can kind of provide you with some places to start for that. Check with the shipping news.
yes, we definitely have to do some research, gentlemen. Are we in agreement to take this quest from this woman?
Well, the longer you wait, the more people tend to go missing. So, we don't necessarily have a time frame, but we'd like it done fairly quick. Could you tell us? It's already pretty late at night. I will give you that. Okay. Do you want to talk to her at all about what the crone said?
I'm gonna say I want to sit down and actually have a talk. Like, ask her if she'll prepare a meal if it's been this late and bring it, and then regale her with the tale from meeting the guy and what we remember damn near word for word, and see if anything sparkles in her eyes and little Nell can decipher.
Okay, she actually has no problem with that. And you'll notice that when you start telling her about the biting eye or the crone's claw, she does have recognition in her eyes. Unfortunately, little Nell looks very confused on this, so Jane kind of puts a hand up to silence Nell, and she starts to speak with you. Everybody give me a will save. It's low, DC 5. Just tell me if you don't hit the DC of 5.
My will's 5 before I roll.
Okay. Ooh, who got that 2?
Velcro. You always did fall for a pretty person.
Nope, you all do not get an insanity point because her voice is really messed up. It is sickening and disturbing, as if she is speaking through mud and broken glass. Every word distorted and painful.
That sounds pretty metal.
She would definitely be a
Gwar.
good metal singer. She tells you that last night she had a terrible dream about a hideous old woman. When she woke with a start, she thought she saw something like a spider or a scorpion crawling on her bed covers, but it vanished as she came fully to her senses. She assumes it was just part of her dreams, but since she's been cursed, it's hard to tell what was real and what wasn't real anymore.
Has she had
But
this dream again?
No, she just had it last night when she was cursed again. Some of the imagery that you mentioned in your regaling of the story to her does remind her of different things that she saw in her visions, in her dreams.
Well, boys, shit's getting deep. I feel the tide is about to pull out.
So is she going to put us up for the night?
She said Nell would answer now. We would if we could, but we not really a hotel. We don't really have a lot of beds for people just to sleep in. They're kind of taken up by the people that already live here.
Is there
No
a
offense.
place nearby that you guys recommend?
Yeah, I don't really have any place written up for you, but sure, they'll give you there's a place that's probably not too far that could put you guys up for the night without too much of a hassle.
Well, no, slow down now. Now, maybe we just need, 4 or 5 hours of good rest. Your fine establishment can provide that, can it?
It's nighttime. Our students are going to sleep in their beds.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Like, yeah.
They shared that
Your
knowledge, right?
Academy. I mean, it's
Well,
not
the brothel
like we
pays
need
for
any services.
the brothel pays for the school.
Oh, and Roger Plastic.
Any of your students fallen ill?
No. Some go out and might not come back for a day or two. Life is a street urchin, but nobody has gone missing and not come back after a day or two yet. Which has kind of been like, that's the MO of the Brine Witch, would be you just go missing, you don't come back.
I look at her and I talk to the other guys and say, we need to find out if there's any more kind of semi-prolific individuals that have been attacked by this curse over here in this side of town.
Do you have any friends that we should look on? I say to the two ladies.
None that she thinks could be of any help. Pretty much she kind of told you who to go to, or she told you what to look into so far. Your best people to look into are going to be either victims of the curse, people that may have saw something, or someone being taken.
Yeah.
Do we have any confirmed cases of people being taken that we can look into?
Missing cases. I've would like to know, yes.
She can give you a few. She can give you like one or two starts. No one that she knows personally, but she can tell you where to start looking.
That's cool, because I want to find out if it's just like children or if it's full-grown people that have gone missing, if maybe just the adults have caught, some sort of blight.
Well, you said it's kind of late in the evening, correct, DM? So I say my suggestion is we move forward to the other end if we're going to go ahead and sleep in town since it being so late, and get up and get a start early in the morning on this. We'll search for the missing people, or find out also who's been cursed in the same strange way.
Completely agreed, Raz. I'm ready to call it a night.
I mean, I totally would like to possibly spend the night with Lady Jane and learn a little bit more about her curse. Wink, wink.
She doesn't give you any hint that she's interested in you.
Story of his
Well,
life.
Well, ain't that a kick in the crotch?
She is much more worried about her curse and taking care of that than she is anything else.
I meant actually studying the curse. What are you guys thinking about?
I think we're
I figured,
got what
someone
we
like
need to.
Raz or myself would have the expertise to try and, pinpoint what kind of magic this is.
Billy Bob pats Fireball on the back and says, "Nice try, bud. Let's go out back to the other end."
Yeah, she's done dealing with this, correct?
She has nothing more really to offer.
Agreed. Velcro, Luke, Fireball, Billy Bob, let's roll out.
I'm just going to say, moving forward in this campaign, unless the situation changes and I need to move, I'm going to kind of stay as rear guard and kind of follow the group in the rear unless otherwise noted.
Okay, I may occasionally just ask you for some perception checks then.
Well, never mind.
I do legitimately want to figure out what kind of magic this is so we can try and pinpoint the source of where it came from.
Not a bad idea.
These guys, get your minds out of the gutter.
Who's got
more.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, I figure if we interview more people that are plagued by this strange curse, maybe we can see if they too have had visions of a spider or a scorpion or some type of other insect biting them and them being affected by the curse. I think that'll help us more. Raz is tired as he stumbles to the next inn and pays his money and shuffles off to bed.
Yeah, standard room.
To look some up. Okay, so you all kind of agree to the same thing. Go to the inn that she suggests that's pretty local and bed down for the night.
Billy Bob usually is probably a late night person. He's probably going to move a chair out to the hallway just inside the door and just kind of act like he's being sociable, but just keep an eye on everyone's bedrooms until he's too tired and calls it a night.
So right now, if you guys are
I'm
watching
really
the chat,
wondering if
I'm
there's these
trying to
things we can
steal
enhance that actually will
silverware
block the curse.
from Lady Jane while we're in here.
Like we
So
could
I can give it
get
to,
rings and produce them and hand them out to people, so not
so I
many
can give
other
it
people would get affected.
Or we could solve the curse.
to Jeff Raz, so he can then give it to
Just make it not be a
Actually,
thing.
make me some more copper. Let's see what happens.
Not trying to play the big farm game here, dude.
Through all of that, you know, I'm tired. I can't deal with you right now. You win on me.
Just a second.
Not trying to be big pharma. I said give away, not sell.
Great. I love it. And
She can't find it. Here, hand it here.
Yeah, that's what I was just whispering to him.
Yeah, I blame Billy Bob. It's his fault. He was the last one to leave.
I'm used to being the scapegoat. No problem.
Yeah. Because it was her right hand man that did it. But okay, you all. Okay, so just let me know when you're all ready to go to bed.
Like I said, I'm gonna stay up a little bit later than everyone else and kind of hang out in the hallway, just to see if I catch anyone messing around with one of my friends' doors. And if once I get too tired, I'm just gonna go ahead and call it a night.
That would depend on the trap, but I believe there are kits.
I really want to go get some books and start studying up on these curses.
The life of an adventurer.
At these Elves like 5th edition, they only need 4 hours of meditation.
At least I don't have to worry about banging the captain's
You
daughter.
only need 4 hours of meditation to rest your body, but you still need 8 hours of meditation to rest your mind to cast more spells. Now, that doesn't matter because you didn't cast any spells, but
Yeah, did I cast it?
William looks over to Luke after that comment and
Oh,
said,
yeah,
"Dude,
percentage.
it really wasn't even worth the trouble."
God, it rarely ever is.
I was just about to say the same thing. Like, dude, it's never worth the trouble. Is it worth the fun? Yeah, man. But and for the story, yeah. But man, they're all crazy.
That is the truth.
Well, and my captain was her mom.
All right, I'm
That
gonna go
got
ahead and
very
give you
weird.
guys. Right, well, the captain was a female, so really wasn't that weird. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and distribute this starting gold that you guys got from her. And now that you all are bedded down, or one of you will eventually be after kind of checking on the others, please give me a round of will saves.
Ruh-roh, Raggy.
Dude, my shit didn't land. Landed outside of the box.
How do you change your dice color?
Color palette looking thing up in the top right hand corner of the screen. Fuck girl, still waiting on a will save.
He vanished. Man, where are ninjas when you need them, man? They just disappear.
That's pretty much the feeling you're getting. All right, we're just gonna roll. We'll roll until he gets back. Wow, really only supposed to happen to one of you, but with rolls like that.
Back, sorry.
Awesome. I was just about to start reading something that may happen to you. It will save. Nope. But William and Raz both have nightmares. Your nightmares consist of a surreal mashup of disconnected images and sensation, disembodied arms from a fog to clutch at the dreamer. A ship crewed by damned souls. You find yourself on the ship, sailing through fog with arms reaching out of the fog. As you're sailing on this ship, you notice another ship pull up beside your own ship. An eerie singing calls out across blood-drenched docks, and when you look over, notice that you're really not far from the docks of Freeport. And you notice that as the waves are crashing up on the cobblestones of the Freeport docks, it's not water, it's blood. And when you look the other way, you see a fleet of ships flying the Mazin flags. They fly out of the thick mist over the hands reaching out of the water. The nightmares tend to lurch from one of these images back and forth to the arms reaching out of the water, the cobblestones drenched in blood, and the ships drawing ever closer to the one that you're on, all by yourself. And when you wake up, it leaves you feeling very disturbed and confused. Other than that, the rest of you have a good night's sleep.
Good for you guys. I don't know if I had been assaulted by a demon or was being spoken to by my god last night. I'm a little disconcerted today.
William leaves his room looking almost drunk with the way he walks. He's so exhausted and tired, and you can tell he just did not sleep well the night before. Does not say anything to anyone, just kind of focuses on sitting down and getting his breakfast underway.
I just gave him a dead eye stare as I moved to the common room to get breakfast.
I give him the exact same stare.
I don't know what their deal is, Luke. I'm fine.
Yeah, I totally studied my book for an hour and then went to bed and slept like a baby.
No, 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 no. I'm good. I'm not tired. I'm not tired anymore. I'm fine. I'll be fine. I just need some bacon.
Just put a smile on, Raz. It's okay.
I need
think
some
we
rum.
You
I
want me to
think
do
we
some
need to ask
prestidigitation
around
and
here.
make you feel better?
You can maybe clean my beard a little bit. That'd be nice.
Look at the floating spoon.
You can
All right,
prestidigitate me some alcohol.
all right, guys. So what are we gonna do today? We're gonna go search down other curse victims, or do we want to chase down the lead of people that have been abducted?
Should we split up and do both?
No.
No.
Well, I vote for the people going missing.
I totally want to craft an ever-filling mug now.
Is there a pattern to the type of people that are missing? Is there an area they're coming missing from? Is there, we need to go look at maybe the last couple sites they were found, or not found, obviously, but last known.
Um, you did find out from talking to Jane that it's kind of located to the east side of the city, which would be the docks, Scurvy Town, the main eastern district, Drax End, and Blood Salt. Those are the 5 areas where this tends to be happening.
We're just outside Scurvy Town, or are we still in Scurvy Town?
You're still there.
I say we ask around. The urchins always seem to know the most, in my opinion. Um, let's ask around and see who's gone missing, if anybody of importance, or if it's just random.
Luke, that's
Honestly,
really
we can
good
still
for
look
white
at the
people,
cursed people too. It just ask around for both and see what hits us, what falls in our lap.
For
Luke,
what crazy contraption are you coming up with next?
Luke, you're good with the urchin groups, aren't you?
Luke pretty much nods. He's away for a moment. So far I've heard go talking to the street urchins. Doing a little gather information.
Agreed. Everybody else?
Absolutely.
Fine with that.
I really want to find a
Alright.
way to study these curses directly.
I think lead to the source.
Because I might be
Alright,
able to find the type of magic and actually find it, like, pinpoint it to the source itself. Is that plausible?
Sounds like a great theory.
sounds like a great theory if you could find something good enough to track. Definitely something your teacher could have did.
I'm going to try and find him.
I'm either going to need knowledge local, which is the gather info check, or diplomacies.
Because I'm neither good at each, I'm going to help.
Unless
Is
there's a
Luke
way-
currently with us, or is he on his own? And Velcro.
Luke is with you. He's following you.
I'll help with the local.
I can help with local too. Hold on. Yeah.
Oh yeah, then you know where to find the street urchins. We're standing around talking to weird people, and they're like, over this way.
All
I know where to stay away from you.
What was that, Jason?
Sorry, we're trying to find a custom dice.
Sissy.
Whoa! What's going on? What I miss? No, I didn't, bro. I didn't do anything to get cursed. Very true.
Alright, we're just gonna cut that in half because I'm lagging too much to custom the D3. After an hour, you were actually able to find a curse victim. Unfortunately, that curse victim was cursed with a clouded mind and cannot understand any language any of you speak.
I focus
Even
really
still,
hard
I don't
at.
think that would work. Well, if you use telepathy and you speak to him in a language, he's not going to understand the language.
Okay, so here's my question. All right, so he can't understand us, but is he speaking normal? Is he saying words and all sorts of stuff? Maybe if we just watch him for a little while, maybe a clue will pop up.
He's speaking with the intellect of somebody that has a 40 to 50 point IQ.
Get out of there. Okay, go. Come on.
Just stringing words together.
It's okay. Come on.
Well, gentlemen, let's keep moving forward.
Sorry,
we
the
could do
dice
some
were
kind of
not with you.
charades for him. Like, he doesn't understand language, but we could, like, kind of explain with gestures and such.
Roll a perception
I-
check. Sure, maybe
Shit.
charades will work great. You never know.
See if that does anything.
You get a feeling that his inability to communicate is not just dependent on just the language.
All right, let us move on to the next.
All right, let's find another cursed victim. Smash the lizard.
Don't worry about that lizard. Because it ain't worried about you.
I am. I want to chase it. Not really.
I want to ride it.
You might be able to.
Give me those locals. Are you guys gonna kind of do those same checks in the area that you're still in, or did you guys want to move to a different area?
How long
Can we
did
go
that first
further
one take?
east?
Actually, it only took an hour. Rolled the lowest that you could possibly get out of it.
Boom, stay in the area.
Agreed.
Damn it.
All right. About 3 hours later. What questions are you asking, by the way? Just what is it? What is the question or main thing you're trying to convey through this gather info?
Guys,
I would like to try and find someone who has a curse that is manageable so I can actually take him to my teacher, and my teacher would be able to decipher where it actually came from.
I'm just looking to see if one can communicate and then tell us about their dreams just before they got cursed.
Why are you so focused on dreams? Dude, get over it, man. Anyway.
We will whisper in your
Okay.
dreams one day. The storms will whisper to you. I know it. I feel it.
I know.
You guys don't actually find someone that has been cursed, but you do hear about a mother whose child went missing.
Ooh,
No,
I
I don't
would
want to
like
look.
to go there and investigate that mother.
Yeah, let's go find this mom and talk to her while we're still here. And then if this doesn't pan out, I say we jump to the next district. What do you guys say?
Sounds good.
Do any of the people with curses... Oh, we've only found one. Okay, never mind. Belay my last.
Aye, aye.
I'm curious to think, like, if we're trying to find somebody that's cursed besides Lady Jane, like, I already know what I want to do. I want to, like, dig into this curse and find the source. Like, what actually
You want to throw them
caused
on an
it.
operating table and see what makes them tick.
Not so much operating table. Like,
I'm going
exist.
to be keeping an eye out. I mean, we're going around asking about this curses, see if anybody just, picks up interest, like, about stuff that we're talking about. Just
And as we're walking
anybody
through,
following us in general.
and a quick question there, DM. As we're running through, is there a weapon shop as we're passing through?
Not really in Scurvy Town.
Okay.
Closer back to the marketplace by the docks or just a second. The Eastern District.
Maybe after this we go to the docks. Yeah. So what did we learn next?
All right.
I kind of wanted to go back to Lady Jane and see if I could convince her to go talk to my teacher.
You realize your teacher is like miles and miles outside the city, right?
I mean, there got to be a magical way I could get in touch with him.
What are your spells? Do you have like a message spell that you can talk to someone that far away?
I do have a message spell.
Why don't you read that message spell and see what it actually does and how far it goes?
Send a pigeon for him. I tell you that as we're walking around looking and talking to people. We'll find it. Well, is there send a pigeon?
Yeah, it's got short range.
So like I said, you guys did find a mother whose child was missing. She seems very distraught, and you don't seem like you're gonna get a lot of information out of her, but there's the only thing that she really tells you, because I'm gonna kind of sum this up because she doesn't really have a lot of information at all, is that she recalls seeing she swears she saw an old woman lurking in an alleyway before her child was taken. And it wasn't anybody she recognized from around here. Had to be a witch.
Point us in the direction of the alleyway.
Can she draw a map for us and tell us how to get there if she doesn't want to go there?
Yeah, she can do that. It's actually not too far from where she's at.
Come on, get up, dog.
Kieran.
Sadie May. Sadie.
Am I
May.
saying that right?
Sadie
I know I always
May.
butcher your
Thank
name.
you.
Let's be your spell book.
Fear.
Fear.
Fear. Fear. Let me look at your spell book.
Why not?
I do nothing more than
my baby.
I do nothing more than study it, look it over.
Take a bunch of notes.
Put some stuff in the head to write down later on my pen and paper that I carry with me for notes. But I figure I'm going to read it while we're walking as we're moving through the city and such. And I give it back to him, regularly. What do we find at the alley?
Give me just a moment.
William, you wield the guns, right?
Yes. Right now, I'm only carrying a pistol.
Either way, it's a miraculous machine that is made. Still holds no comparison to the power of the storm.
These buildings are pretty close. On the building?
I got it.
Yeah, you could.
Where's
a climb
Fier
check.
on the map? I don't see Fier. Yeah, you did.
Going up on the house.
I don't speak that with Billy Bob.
He's doing it on purpose.
I know, it's fine. I got it. Because I'm making fun of his strange little machine things. Are you compensating?
I'm going to go up on the other side of the alleyway as Luke, stealthy and climb.
Yes, please.
Was I supposed to be stealthy just now?
I'm not stealthy.
If you were trying to be stealthy, anyone that's trying to be stealthy, go ahead and give me stealth checks. If you're not trying to be stealthy, then nah, don't worry about it.
Yeah, I don't give a shit.
I can be loud and boisterous to try and draw attention. Is that like an assistance thing that I can do?
Yeah, go ahead and do that.
That's up to you.
Just
All right, correction there, DM. I apologize. No, my guy can be kind of stealthy, so he will try to be stealthy. But by doing that, I think I can only move like 10 feet.
All right. Is anybody else moving up?
I'm just struggling to get up this goddamn wall.
Oh, I just broke my own rule.
I'm just gonna keep walking forward and shake my head at everyone else.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I already
Does
know
anybody
you
see
yelled
me
at
beef it?
but I'm sorry.
Nope, cool. Try again.
Can someone refresh my memory what we're doing?
So yeah, we're searching around, checking everything out, seeing if there's anybody down the alley. Then I'm taking we're gonna inspect it.
Billy Bob just starts calling out, "Witch! Witch! Anyone seen a witch?"
Luke,
I'm
can
just
I get a
gonna laugh at
perception
him.
check?
You
It's
just
gonna be
did.
fairly high. Okay. Um, everybody's locked in place. Give me initiatives. As you jumped over from that one roof to the other, Luke, you happen to notice two extremely large rats down in that alleyway. And they noticed and heard, well, they may not have noticed and heard you, but they noticed and heard something. These rats
Witch!
don't look normal.
Are they were-rats? I really need to fucking learn how to make OBS push to talk. That is my mission after this game is over.
Good for you.
Do that with voice meter banana.
Oh, you can... Voice Speeder Banana works really good for some people, but other people, I don't know, it just... When I set it up right, we're just gonna stop talking because you use it and you love it.
Yep.
That's right.
All right, everybody's got a perception. Or not, sorry, not a perception initiative.
Yes,
Got mine
sir.
rolled,
Not Jerry.
except for Jerry.
Main page, top stats in the middle bar.
Thank you.
It took me a minute to find it too. That's kind of why I figured that's what you were doing.
All right, this is not letting me roll initiative for the creature.
Is it in the combat tracker? I know it's a dumb question, but
Yep.
down at the very bottom where the menu is, that's where you should be rolling initiative for your beasts.
I agree. I should be right-clicking, and I should see options to roll for everybody, or roll for NPCs, or
You can
roll
always
for
just
hostiles.
roll a dice and type theirs in. I do agree though that it should be there.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Yep.
we're gonna go with what was automatically rolled with them when I put them on the combat tracker. Which means they have an extremely high initiative.
Yay.
All right, as all of you are walking down, Luke, you kind of had a quick view at them. There's not much you can do from the roof, but would you like to? I'll give you a chance to yell something, so there is no surprise round per se. You can totally do that on your turn.
Eh.
No.
What about your mom?
And Raz,
No.
a rat damn near the size of you, maybe a little smaller than you, comes running out from around the corner and decides that he would really like gnome for dinner.
Ouch. Let's see what he's got.
Definitely nimble enough that he doesn't get a chance to strike you. And directly behind him comes running out his friend.
Aww.
Another very weird looking these. You've seen rats before, and you've heard that the city can produce these really weird kind of rats that grow exponentially huge called dire rats. But maybe you never expected them to look like they're half rotting. Definitely
Ew.
Don't
expected
look
a
right.
dire rat to look more like a real, like just a big rat. And this does not just look like a big rat. This looks like a big rotting rat. Like a
Zombie
dusty
rat.
sand. No, it appears to be alive. It's not kicking that undead thing around that you seem to be able to notice a little bit from your clerical studies.
What about
But
my
it definitely seems different. Go ahead and give me an Arcana check.
Knowledge.
I just did.
Local, maybe?
I would like a local check with that Arcana check, and it's going to have to be from Fier, because the same person's going to have to know it.
I just have Arcana and that's it.
Roll me a local anyway, and cross your fingers for high.
How do I do just a regular knowledge local?
Raz, I will take a religion and a local from you.
Hold on, I'm trying to find the local. I'd have to add it, wouldn't I? So wisdom, give me a second. Yeah, I don't know shit.
Actually, Fier there didn't do such a bad job whatsoever. Your religion check kind of tells you that, yeah, these are not normal, and this appears to be some sort of a curse, but you don't really get much more out of it than that. Fier, your Arcana check definitely tells you the same kind of thing. This is a curse of some sort. On top of that curse, you realize that there has been a curse in this town that kind of predates some of the Brine Witch stuff, and it's called the Sand Blighted. And they're almost like a living necrotic sand that takes over
Almost
the
like
body.
A husk.
Kinda.
I'm gonna relay that to the guys.
Almost like a parasite. So I guess it might still be considered like a zombie, but not necessarily an undead zombie. More like a parasite took over the brain type zombie.
Like a symbiote.
Kinda, yeah. Alright, sorry. That sand blighted
Can we
rat.
catch
And
one
it's
of these,
called, by the
please?
way, it's called the Sand Blight.
Well, after what explaining this is, like, I really want to catch one now. I want to experiment on it.
Well,
Yuck.
you might get a chance to experiment a little more.
Oh, haha.
Oh, it got a good solid bite. It like went right into your thigh.
God.
Oh shit.
Man, I'm gonna die.
Yeah, what's your HP?
6.
Yeah, wizard squishy.
Alright, now where is their disease at?
You're such a nice guy. I love you.
Oh, I get hit with that shit, the better. It's easy to work on.
Study yourself.
Hell yeah.
Better find out what's wrong with them.
Sorry, give me just a second, because of course this isn't like linked to anything. Just a moment, please.
Do you think?
Totally gonna hand Raz a scroll with my freaking teacher's address on it.
Turn my body here, please. He'll raise me. I totally still owe him money.
Sure. Okay.
All right, whose turn is it?
Oh yeah, we'll just let
He's trying to figure out disease on us that's been hit.
we'll worry about that later, because it wouldn't actually affect combat right this second. So, Velcro, knowing that, that's like 15 to 20 feet down too, right? Well, at least 15 feet down.
And a building in the way.
He's got height advantage.
Well, I would like to more or less jump on it and tumble and sneak attack on its back. Hopefully, it will take and cushion my fall.
As long as you don't jack up them dice rolls.
Hey man, the dice roll story.
Ooh, his jump still a skill.
Sometimes the heroes just flop a roll, and it makes the story better.
Sometimes the heroes just die.
Hey, even Yoda rolled a 1.
All right, there's no jump or no tumble. So actually, what you're gonna do is you're gonna give me 2 acrobatics check.
And there's
Definitely give you a second one.
Sorry, Sadie Mae. Sorry.
Not a whole lot better. Just do this, one way or another.
Well, with that first check, you do nothing for yourself in jumping off the roof. You mostly really kind of trip and fall off the roof. And with that 10, you really don't stop yourself from taking too much damage on the way down either.
Does he still manage to land on top of it?
No, he didn't get really any distance.
I basically landed right behind you on the ground.
And he's going to take half of that D6 because he was able to negate a little bit of falling damage, but not that much.
I'm Johnny Velcro, and this is Dungeons and Dragons with Triple J Gaming.
That was great.
Jesus.
It's not really a option to deny move, is there?
No, I mean, he still has his movement speed afterwards, right? I mean,
All I hear is
Well,
thump.
the rest of his movement speed, I assume, is going to be standing up from the prone position.
Oh man, that would be lovely.
Then you can take the rest of your movement speed to stand up from the prone position.
Deal.
Nice play.
Nobody saw that, right? I'm behind everybody.
Nobody saw a thing. If anything, they just turn around and you are now standing there. Like you just jumped off the roof intentionally, and there you are.
Yep, there I am.
Ninja
I'm good.
surprise.
A little bit of a
Damn it.
Yep, exactly. That's a totally meant to do that. All right, go ahead and pass your turn.
I mean, if anybody would have seen it, it would have been Luke.
I didn't see anything.
Jerry, you still need to pass your turn.
very well. How do I throw that damage up there?
I'll take care of that. Just pass your turn.
Mother lover, I go last.
Is a 5-foot step still a thing in Pathfinder?
As far as I know. All right, William Roberts, you are up, sir.
I already missed.
Yes, you did. Mr. Raz Rumble.
I'm trying to see if my ability to blow somebody back with my storm burst, if that is considered like a spell or an. All right. Let me start over. I want to use my ability Storm Burst. Standard action, you create a Storm Burst gathering any foe within 30 feet as a ranged touch attack. The Storm Burst deals a d6 of damage, of non-lethal damage plus 1 point every 2 clerics level. Scratch that. I'm just going to swing.
Fair enough.
I can't wait to watch that tomorrow to see if that works.
And 5-foot step back.
Hey, never mind.
What's wrong?
I thought my math was wrong. It's not. It's correct.
Off topic, real quick. Is anybody watching the stream?
I have it going.
No, is it on Twitch?
Oh, I do.
No, I usually have time, but as the DM noticing my times.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't expect you to have a chance at all. That's why, like, when I run games, one of you guys are gonna have to take over chat.
We'll get it figured out. Come on, Mr. Fur. You
I
got
already
some
said
fire.
5-foot step back, and I want to cast a spell.
All right, what you casting?
Magic missile.
That's what's up.
Yay.
Nice. And can I get you a roll of fortitude save now for that disease on their turn?
There you go.
Get a quick plug in there for one of my favorite DMs out there, DM Greg. Go check him out at dmgreg.com. He's got a blog
Dude,
going
if
on
I
there.
turned into a rat, that would be so cool.
He's a great DM. If you like him, get a hold of him. Try and get one of his games if you play Fantasy Grounds.
I don't think they're lycanthropes.
No,
I'm
they
just
don't
saying
seem
it
to
would
be
be
lycanthropes.
cool.
That would definitely be cool in some circles.
I also want to thank
Now that the
Siren.
rats are kind of attacking you, you notice more rats kind of congregating down the alleyway. These rats do not look like the other rats. They look like normal rats.
I'm going to shoot at one of them old rats. My question is, do they see me?
One looking at me.
Do they see you? No.
Okay.
What they actually heard, or that you're going to assume they heard, when I said that it sounded like they heard something, would be the people walking down the alleyway.
Okay. So then, are they within 30 feet? Because I know it.
Target it right now.
Sorry.
Yeah. Unclick one. Yes, they both look
All right.
like they're within that range.
Get that one on the left.
That is a hit. I'm seeing 2 damages and then 2 sneak attacks. It didn't matter, he died. They
Good
have
shooting,
5 hit
Tex.
points.
Good shooting, Tex.
Alright, this rat's gonna go after the same meal that he was trying last time.
Get off me, bitch. It's trying to eat me.
Failing miserably at dinner.
I'm okay with that.
And again, a wily little gnome just doesn't want to get eaten, apparently. So
Hey, just curious, what's the size of these things compared to the gnome?
the size of like what you would be to a very large dog, that's about what this gnome is to him. These will actually, maybe even larger than that. These rats are roughly the size of a large dog.
Like it probably could put its paws on your shoulders.
You'd like that, wouldn't you?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I'm gonna move over by Raz there and take a swing at it with my Wakazaki.
All right, go ahead.
I got dragged
Hit.
over.
Well, you drag the attack onto the creature that you're attacking, and also you might want to when you do the damage, drag the damage onto him.
You know.
It squeals. It's not like that.
I have both point blank and precise shots, so there shouldn't be any issues with shooting over the gnome in front of me.
Okay, I was actually going to ask that last round, but thank you for letting me know.
Also, I'm going to use my move action to reload, and that's my turn.
Well, it's disabled now. We could catch it, can't we?
No, it's still up. It looks like it's going to bite again.
Well, it says it's disabled.
It's directly a 0. Damn. All right. That rat goes down unconscious. Is anybody doing anything in like the next 3 to 4 seconds of importance?
I'm gonna swing.
I'm
Nope,
gonna
doing
distract
good.
myself from that bite.
So nobody's going to make any perception checks?
I will survey
From
the.
my bite.
I did mention that there might be a group of like some regular sized rats down the alley.
Possibly moving our way.
Well, what
I
started
rolled
off
the
is like a
19 on
few
the missed my
rats.
attack.
Well, what started off as some night like a group of rats that, while the fight was going on, was slowly getting bigger and bigger, has coalesced.
Oh hell no!
Fire dude, hit it with something.
I skips my turn. Damn.
And now
Yeah,
it
let's
is a
totally
lot
razz
of
this
rats.
I ain't got no fire shit. I'm first level.
All
Your
right,
name
here
is
we go.
Fireball, and you don't have a fire spell.
Yeah. Yeah, what the hell's wrong with you?
Here, Evolve. It's your go, mon ami. You are French.
Control it.
Maybe we should have brought a druid.
I mean, there's not much I can do. I want to try and stifle this bite.
It's probably a good idea.
What do you want me to roll?
To stifle the bite,
Yeah.
I'd be more worried about sucking the poison out.
Just roll a heal check.
I don't think there's not a lot you're going to be able to do in this alley to be able to do anything. A heal check is going to take at least 1 minute.
Okay.
Oh man. Applesauce.
Oh my god!
Ouch. 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 Ouch.
Who's that? Velcro and Raz?
Rat storm.
Is he tall enough to where I would get an attack of opportunity as he ran by me?
How big is this rat thing, by the way?
He's large.
It's a swarm of smaller rats.
Okay.
Just kind of like swarming around your feet trying to bite at you.
All right. Cool deal.
Now I see.
And it just kind of seems to swarm around your feet, apparently.
We got lucky
nothing.
for now.
Doesn't seem to be paying you attention, but I mean, there's what looks like hundreds of rats, so you don't know if like one of them are gonna see you or one of them is not gonna see you. There's also no critical damage, or sorry, not critical damage, but sneak attack to be had here because it has no real discernible anatomy. All right, you make it there without any problems.
It's definitely not your beauty.
Not with that charisma.
Eh.
I think I skipped over. Thank you. Am I able to make a tumble check on the other side of the swarm of rats? Or I guess just a 5-foot step back at that point.
A 5-foot step back would get you out of the swarm, so it doesn't get an auto attack on its turn.
Natronic 20.
That does hit it. Unfortunately, they are not subject to critical hits. do not have a discernible anatomy.
Very well. So,
I'll let you keep the 3. All right.
sorry, go ahead.
And once again, I'm going to use my move action to reload.
All right. I will say this, as you guys have noticed, that arrow didn't seem to do much damage to that swarm. Neither did the slashing weapons. Now, the bullets he's been hitting them with do have an ability to do blunt force trauma. You'll notice that tends to do a lot of damage to him. So that being said, Velcro, you would actually probably have better luck, you would think, actually putting your sword back inside of its sheath and hitting it with the sheath and using that as a club.
Okay, I do that. Next time round, whatever.
If you would, Jay, go ahead and move me there. Okay, thank you.
Yep, there you go. Also
I
notice that
use
rat.
my.
Sorry, I was gonna say you might notice this. That rat that was there is like barely a carcass anymore. That rat swarm has absolutely no issue eating one of its own.
All right, I'm gonna blast it with a range touch attack. If it hits, it deals a D6 point of non-lethal plus 1. It's not coded. It's my storm burst ability.
Huh?
And I miss, and I'm done.
All right, the wind kind of seems to just kind of rip through them, and you actually notice that maybe like a few rats did kind of like get kind of thrown around, but the mass as a total didn't seem to change.
Thank you, sir.
Well,
Dadgummit.
That's 2 people in the same area. All right, and Nothing happens to either of you. They're swarming around your feet. I'm assuming for some reason you have extremely thick pants on, and nobody's barefooted.
Nice.
And Jesus Christ. That would be an attack opportunity for everybody that has a melee weapon within melee range. As they did roll a natural 1.
You know, playing 5th edition makes you forget some rules like that sometimes.
Yes, it does. But that's also a house rule.
Can I make an unarmed attack and like just try to step on one of them?
If you're not proficient with unarmed attack, you take a -4. You might be better off trying to pistol whip one of them.
Ooh, yeah, whip that pistol out.
I haven't unlocked my pistol
Whip it
weapon,
good.
but,
It's dead. Don't worry about it.
That's what's up. Not needed, bro. Slow down,
Let
man.
him-
Fix your
let
little
him
fix
make
your
an
little wannabe
explosion.
wand. All right, we'll let him use his wannabe wand. It's okay.
He's in bad cop mode with his pistol right now.
I'm just glad I understand what pistol whip is now, because I was really picturing some amazing shit last night.
He's not kidding, guys.
Whips
He was
with
telling
pistols.
us about it
You
earlier.
like that BDSM?
It was hilarious.
I'll tell you what, that sounded cool as hell when I first seen it. Like, pistol whips. There better be a picture of that in the book.
There you go, Joe. That's what you can make.
Instead of a chain fighter, a pistol whip fighter. Whip with pistols.
Maybe you can make bullets curve then.
what chat should I drop this image in?
Pathfinder chat, maybe?
Alright, and with rats not being able to get up anybody's pants or bite any feet or climb on anybody, after a couple of rounds of blows from the ninja, being pistol whipped, being hit with everything, they decide that this was not worth the dinner. They quickly finish grabbing scraps off the 2 other rats, larger rats that were there, and take off. And they all just kind of scatter out in different places.
I do want to peer down the alley that they came from, the dire rats at least.
It leads to another road, or another alleyway, I guess would really be.
I was kind of hoping we interrupted them during their dinner and it was something interesting.
I mean, if you really, really search that alleyway, there's a possibility you might find a carcass of some kind. But
How long do I have before
Section
the
19.
take me?
Or what was that? Oh, 25.
roll a knowledge nature check and then a knowledge medicine check. See if you can identify the poison first, and then medical check to see how long it takes to affect people usually.
I'll say I ain't got any of that, and
You guys can take a look in
I was just pointing it out.
chat.
That's stupid sick. So yeah, dude that's
Oh,
poisoned
damn.
over there. You gonna You gonna tell me something? You gonna let me take a look?
Yeah, I found a corpse
All
over
right.
here. Just wondering
That's
if,
awesome.
No, I'm talking about Fiar over there with his nasty leg and him looking green in the gills.
Yeah, frickin' fine. Help me with this shit.
Heal check. There we go. Did you see that DM?
All
It's
right, I was
clear.
doing something. Well, let me look there. Oh, we got a heal check. Okay, I mean, you successfully cleaned the wound. So, I mean, it's no longer bleeding, and
Is he? Can I tell from that? Is it a poison or is there? Do I know he's diseased?
you could look at the fangs on the monster, and I mean, they don't look good. This is like getting bit by something with a nasty, nasty mouth. You did clean the wound really well, and perhaps on his next save, he'll get a bonus for that. But without a
I looked.
remove disease, there's not, or some kind of potion or even antitoxin kind of thing. There's not a lot you're going to be able to do here. You can staunch the
I had
bleeding.
an antitoxin.
So then, would I know to tell him to drink that?
Do you know he has an antitoxin?
Well, if he tells me that he does,
Did you just tell him, or did you tell me, the dungeon master?
I'm telling Jeff.
then once he tells me that he has, I tell him then he definitely needs to drink that after I finish cleaning his wound, bandaging it up.
All right. After the wound is bandaged, I assume you're going to drink that antitoxin.
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay, good. Then you have nothing to worry about now. Any disease that you may have had will be flushed out of your system as normal. And you definitely had a disease. You'll feel a little, maybe ill while it runs its course with the antitoxin, but absolutely nothing that will actually affect any skill rolls or any ability scores.
Cool beans.
You're welcome.
All right, I can tell you this: you guys end up searching the alleyway, but there's nothing to connect it to a witch, or you don't find a cloak or an old woman or a hag or
Witch?
anything of the similar.
Anyone see a witch?
Nobody has seen a
With
witch.
Can anybody
that being-
detect any lingering magic in the area? Or a secret door or anything?
Roll as many perception checks for that secret door as you would like. You don't see one.
He definitely doesn't.
You still don't see one either.
Yeah, I just wanted to do that.
I don't know. I don't even remember you being anywhere to get hit. Anybody else want to roll useless perception checks?
No, bro, I'm good. I'm ready to go get some food. I'm pretty sure. What time is it? Is it noon?
Yeah, I figure. Well, actually, what time would you guys have started out? I mean, would you really have started out like at the AM, or would you have like lounged around, got a late breakfast, and got out there about 10.
No, I figured we'd hit it.
You'd have hit it at 8?
Yeah.
Well, then you found your first cursed guy around 9 o'clock, and then, yeah, you guys were entering this alleyway just around high noon.
I could go for some food.
All right, along with that, you guys gonna take a break for lunch? Get back
Yeah,
on
I
it in
say
about
we
an hour?
definitely break for lunch. Yep.
All right, while we're breaking for lunch, we've been playing for roughly 3 hours now. Anybody have a problem taking a quick bio break?
Cool.
I do not.
Gun jack.
All right, be back here around 8:05.
Perfect.
Alrighty, I'll be right back.
Sounds like a plan.
All right, we'll be back to then.
All right, guys.
Do we have an intermission screen yet for the
No,
stream?
I'm actually gonna try. I've been doing some research on some stuff, and I'm gonna try this push to talk for OBS. So I'm going to stop the stream for right now because I have to close OBS, and I'm gonna reopen it, and I'm gonna check it. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I'll just continue doing it the way I've been doing it. But give me 1 second, guys. I'll have it right back up.
All right, I'll be back in 10, 12 minutes.
Hang on, Jason. Hang on.